I think we're live again. Hello friends, it's Tanatoes, and today I'm going to be playing some Clicker Heroes again. I haven't done that in a little while. Taking a short break from Fallout after my long holiday weekend. Spent a lot more time eating than I probably should have over Thanksgiving. But now I'm back streaming again, and there's been an update to Clicker Heroes, which is fantastic news. They've added a few new things, so what I'm going to do is take a quick look at some of the updates that they've made to Clicker Heroes, see what they've changed, and do a quick run up to level 1000 again. You can see right now I ascended yesterday morning or yesterday evening at about 1 o'clock, and I'm up to level 936. But we're going to start over again, go back down to the very beginning of the game and just streak up through it, because that's always fun to do. If you haven't seen my stream before, I did do a couple of times quick runs up to level 1000, but I've made a lot of updates to my stream. I think things are a little more stable now. I've updated the audio, so I'm a little more audible. Constantly upgrading. It's a learning process, streaming. But let's take a quick look and see what changes they've made to Clicker Heroes. For one thing, we now have companions who will go with you on your adventures while you explore. You can send them out on quests, and they'll bring you back things when you do. I don't know why I'm even bothering to collect gold when I don't need it right now. So for example, David here gets +1 on skills activated by quests. Well, I don't tend to use skills, but I'll send him out to get a ruby. He has a 0.26% chance of death, so that's fairly good. It'll take 15 minutes to grab me a 3% chance to get me a ruby. I've got 2 others here. I've got a rare one who gets negative 10% time on recruitment quests, so I'll send him out to get me a new mercenary. It takes 8 hours, so obviously you guys won't see that today because I'm only going to be playing for about an hour. I'll send him out. I have one who has minus 5% also on recruitment quests. So I don't know if you can have more than 3, but let's send folks out on recruitment quests. 10% chance of death on these, so these guys might not survive. All right, so I've sent my 3 guys out. Another thing that they've done is updated the clan. In my last run through, I mentioned how very difficult it was to beat some of the immortals in the clan. And I actually am now able to beat the immortals. I already ran through my immortal today, defeated him, and actually managed to get, this is pretty funny, 1,337 souls. So I got elite souls for defeating one of the immortals last night. That was about 1 in the morning. So I've got 3 hours before I can set out on another quest to kill an immortal. But actually being able to beat the immortals, that's a vast improvement. The last couple of times I've tried, I've hammered on them as much as I could and gotten nothing. So that's a nice update. Let's see. This is one that I had talked about during my last stream of this game. They've actually given you the ability to use forge cores to level up your equipment. So for the longest time, I was just gathering forge cores. I had several thousand of them. And now I can use those forge cores to level up the equipment that I've gotten. I can't level up any of the equipment I currently have because, as with many things in the game, it's a logarithmic progression in the cost. So my fabled level 46 Runeblade of Riches, I could upgrade it for 512 forge cores, but I only have 168. The next time I upgrade it, it's going to take twice as many. Excuse me. So every time you upgrade one of these guys, it starts out with costing just 1 forge core, then 2, then 4, then 8, 16, etc., etc. And I'm up to 512, I think, for all of them. 512 for that. 512. 1024. So 1024 for that one. So yeah, I used up a whole lot of forge cores to increase the benefits that I get from my various equipment, which is fantastic. I wanted them to make that update for a long time, do something with the forge cores. So I'm excited that I'm able to do that. And they've moved the ascension button. It used to be that when you wanted to ascend, you had to go down through everybody, find Amenhotep, and click on his ascension button here. But they've actually moved it over so you can ascend just from the main screen. So let's ascend. Ascendio. Yes, everything will be lost, but gold, damage, heroes, and zone progress. Yeah, that's fine. And here we are at level 1. Now, I bought a buff that increases what levels are available to me at start, and immediately realized that maxing that buff out was probably not the best idea. So I'm just going to skip ahead to level 50 and start leveling up my guys. Oops, 198. So we're just going to start out with everybody up at level 100. This is an advantage to having played this for more than a year and having it running in the background pretty much all the time for several months, is that I've got a lot of hero souls and have maxed out a lot of the ancients. Makes the game rather more fast than it is when you initially start playing. What I'm doing here is I'm just hitting control, which boosts a hero by 100 levels instead of just by 1 level at a time. So if I go from farm mode into progression mode, it's going to bump me straight up to level 101. And you can see it's taking me a very, very long time to beat this guy, which is why I was staying in farm mode initially. I'm going to pop down to level 75. And there we go. Back to killing them very rapidly. And that gets me the gold I need to increase the levels of my heroes. Boom, boom. Now that I've got everybody, excuse me, up through Amenhotep up to level 100, I should be able to pop back up to level 101. There we go. Now we're proceeding. This is how things need to go. So let's get everybody up to level 100. Just take me a couple of minutes to do that. You can see I can't afford Grant here yet. But if I wait a couple of moments, I will be able to. All right, can I get Frostleaf? Yes, there we are. Frostleaf is at level 100. Quick and easy. Now, actually, I'm going to get everybody up to level... Oops, that's not what I meant to do at all. I'm going to get everybody up to level 200 if I can. Which means that when I buy all the available upgrades, it will actually get me all the available upgrades, because some of the heroes have upgrades beyond level 100. For example, Referi there. Icy Touch requires that the Referi be at level 125, I think. So putting everybody up to level 100, just take me a couple of moments. Still moving very rapidly up through the levels. You can see that it only takes me 5 kills to go up a level. That's another of the many ancients that I have maxed out. Once I'm done getting things moving, we'll go to my Ancients tab and look at the Ancients that I'm using and what benefits I get from them. So everybody is level 200 except Frostleaf, who's level 175. Pop him up to level 200. There we go. Buy available upgrades. Chapow! So that instantly gets me all the upgrades of every character up through Frostleaf. Can't afford Dread Knight quite yet, but I will be able to momentarily. Dread Knight costs 4.999 times 10 to the 39th power, and I have 9 times 10 to the 38th. Oh, 1 times, 2 times. Yeah, I progress very, very quickly through this game. So I want to hire the Dread Knight. Just take a couple. Oh, there was the green man, the green one that was level 200 that just passed. I didn't even see Omid go by. Back at level 100. I think I probably just skipped him because I went straight to level 101. Alright, so now I can buy the Dread Knight. Not buying him to level 100, just buying him one level at a time. What I'll actually do is I'll buy... there we are. So right now he's level 1. I'll buy him up to level 5, and then I can hit Shift for 9 times 10, or almost 10 times, well, 1 times 10 to the 41st power. I have 3 times 10 to the 40th power. So for about 3 times as much gold as I currently have, 2 times, 1 time, okay. So now I'll bump him up 10 levels to level 15. I'll do that one more time to bump him up to level 25. There we go. And then the next couple of times I'll click on him, I'll bump him up by 25 levels. So now I'm bumping him up to level 50. I need 9 times 10 to the 42nd power. I have 2, so we just wait a couple of seconds. I'll be able to bump him up to level 50. Started getting some hero souls from some of the guys I'm beating. Yep, that one. It goes so very, very quickly. I speculated that I would go faster if it didn't take so long to animate the deaths of the enemies that I'm killing. You can see they all fall down or explode or whatever happens in their death animation before the next one appears. And I'm such a high level, you don't even ever see their hit points appear down here, just because I'm killing them so fast. I think if I didn't have the animations, I might be able to go even faster than I'm going right now. Can I bump him up to level 75 yet? Nope. I need 2 times 10 to the 45th power. I am at almost 1 times 10 to the 45th power. So just a couple more kills and then I'll be able to do that. The last time that I played this through on my YouTube stream, probably a couple of months ago, I was still learning the ropes, and my audio was really pretty awful. So I apologize to anybody who watched that stream. In the time since then, I think I have resolved some of my audio issues. Obviously not all of them. If you've watched my Fallout streams from last week, you'll notice that the game audio I've been having trouble with, I am in the process of rectifying that. So probably not for tomorrow's Fallout 4 playthrough, but maybe for Wednesdays. I should be able to capture audio from the game directly rather than having it play in the speakers in the room and get captured by my microphone, which wasn't working terribly well. Anyways, I can definitely level the Dread Knight up to level 75, level 100, and then we'll buy all of his power-ups. Now it's going to be a little while before I can afford Atlas, who's the next hero here. Atlas is going to cost me 5 times 10 to the 54th power gold, and I am at 3 times 10 to the 4 times 10 to the 47th power. So about about 1,000,000 times as much gold as I already have, which sounds like a lot, but when you're talking logarithmic procession, you can see that I'm already up to 10 to the 48th power. It's pretty quick. But what I'll do in the meantime is I'll start bumping my earlier heroes up to level 1000. And that will keep my speed going. I'm up to 10 to the 49th power now. See, if I'd been thinking last night when I played, I didn't really anticipate that I was going to be streaming today. I was just playing for fun. If I had been thinking ahead, I wouldn't have used up all my forge cores, and I wouldn't have clicked on the raid quite so much. Just because it gives me less that I get to show you guys, my friends out in the internet. But I think you get the idea of some of the upgrades that they've made, that Playsaurus has applied to the game. Let's see. I'm up to 10 to the 50th power gold. So just I don't know, maybe 10 more levels. 51st power. It was 10 to the 54th that I needed, right? In order to buy Atlas. Yeah, 5 times 10 to the 54th. Again, I have maxed out one of the ancients that lowers the cost of hero purchases. Whoop. Here's Queen Bloop. Bye, Queen Bloop. That was level 400. So making good progress. I'm up to 10 to the 52nd power. I love that at this level, the numbers are almost meaninglessly huge. Just, these are numbers beyond human comprehension. Putting it in scientific notation is definitely the right thing to do in order to understand exactly what you're talking about with numbers. The mobile app version of the game, last time I looked at it, which probably was last week, but they still didn't have the option to put things into scientific notation. So they were using the names for large numbers, you know, billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, septillion, et cetera, et cetera. And it's a lot harder to figure out just how large the number is that you're talking about. And you get up to the ridiculously large numbers. If we look at, they used to have a list of numbers. I think they've, is it in the help tab? The settings? They used to have a list of large numbers. Oops, that's not what I'm looking for at all. Close that. And it maxed out at large, at really big, which was sort of the caret symbol. It just got to numbers so large they didn't even have names, and then it gave up trying to name them. With scientific notation, at least you have some idea. 5 times 10 to the 53rd power. I need 10 times as much, and I'm almost there. Here we go. Now I can hire Atlas. And I'm going to do the same thing I did for Dread Knight. Hire him 1 level at a time rather than 100 levels. I could just wait until I had enough to buy him 100 levels, but that would mean I'd need 1,000 times as much as I currently have. Or 10,000? 4 powers of 10 more. So I'm just going to buy him 1 at a time up to level 5. And we're up to level 463 now. Here we are. And we'll buy him at 10 levels at a time to get him up to level 25. Now he's level 15. Now he's level 25. And it's 10 to the 57th power to bump him up to level 50. Almost 2 times 10 to the 57th power, but that's only 10 times as much as I currently have, so a couple more levels and I'll have it. Almost to level 500. My goal today is to get to level 1000, and it's going to happen pretty quickly, I think, as long as I stay on top of leveling up my heroes. Last time I did a YouTube stream, it probably took me longer than was absolutely necessary to get up to level 1000, just because I got distracted talking. Spent more time talking to you guys than clicking on things to level up my heroes, and so it sort of slowed down. You can see now, when I reach the bosses, you can actually see their hit points for a second before their hit points disappear because I'm killing them so quickly. There we go. Atlas is level 100. Buy all available upgrades. And now, let's see, 3, 4, yeah. Just killing everybody super, super fast. Terra is my next boss purchase. She requires 10 to the 69th power, so 10 powers of 10 more than I currently have. That's what, 1 quadrillion, I think, is 10 to the 10th power? Something like that. Anyways, it will require an awful lot more than I currently have. But while I'm waiting, let's get everybody up to level 1000. And then we'll start raising people up to level 2000. One of the things that the game does is drastically increases the damage that a hero does when they hit a big round number. So when you move from level, for example, Grant the General here, he is currently doing 8 times 10 to the 49th power damage, but when I pop him up from level 900 to level 1000, it goes to 5 times 10 to the 52nd power, so 100 times more damage than he was doing just by raising him 100 levels. So I've got Frostleaf at level 900. I don't think I can, or level 1000. I don't think I can get the Dread Knight to, nope. Got the Dread Knight up to level 726. Can't even pop Atlas up to level 200 yet. Like, this is one of my pet peeves. I hate having heroes at odd numbers. You know, not round numbers. The Dread Knight right now is level 726, so I'm going to waste some time and some gold. 730, 740, 750. I want to bring him up to level 800 just because I like round numbers. And that's how I play. We're on level 600 now. Moving rapidly. There we are. Dread Knight level 800. Let's go back to Tree Beast. There's no point in raising Sid the Adventurer up. He only powers up clicks, and as you have probably noticed, I never ever click on monsters anymore. The reason being I have a bunch of, or I have 2 of the ancients that I've purchased who are not maxed because they have no maximum level, but I have 2 ancients that rely on you being idle, which is to say not clicking on any monsters. I did say we'd look at my ancients, but I'm having so much fun clicking on things that we haven't gotten to that yet. There we are, Tree Beast, up to level 2000. Ivan, up to level 2000. Alright, this is going to be fun. So let's look at Brittany, the Beach Princess here. This is what I do when I'm playing this game. This is the fun that I have with numbers. So Brittany, the Beach Princess, right now, she's doing 5/100ths of a percent of the total DPS of all of my heroes. She's doing 2 times 10 to the 57th power. The total damage I'm doing right now is 2 times 10 to the 62nd power. So 5 powers of 10 more damage than she's doing. She's level 1900. If I hold control and click on her to bring her up to level 2000, bam, in a single click, I bumped her from doing 0.05% of the total damage to doing 28% of my total damage. Now she's doing 10 to the 60th power. Let's do the same thing for the Wandering Fisherman. It'll be a little bit more dramatic. So right now, he's doing 0.02% of the total damage at level 1900. If I bump him to level 2000, 13%. I know Betty Clicker is not going to be that impressive. She doesn't do massive damage. Her power-ups all boost all other heroes. Yeah, she only does 11% at 2000. Masked Samurai, however, right now he's doing about 1%, 97%, or 0.97%. He's doing about 1% of the total damage of all heroes that I've bought so far in the game. With a single click, bumping him from 1900 to 2000. Boom. Now he's doing 86% of the total damage, which means in that one click, I increased the damage that I was doing in the game by roughly 10 times. So in a single click, I'm doing 10 times the damage that I was doing before. I enjoy numbers, so that's the kind of thing that I get mesmerized by when I'm playing this game. I just increased my damage by 2 times. So doubled my damage there. There, now again, increased it by another 10 times. And that's logarithmic progression for you. So I increased my damage by 10 times when I brought Masked Samurai to 2000, and then I increased it by another 10 times when I brought the Forest Seer to 2000. Means I'd increased my damage by 100 times by increasing those 2 folks. And that's how you continue to progress when you get into these high levels. I'm at level 714. I'm interested that I've reached level 717 now without hitting a relic. After you go above level 100, you'll have a chance of getting a relic, and that chance is based on your highest level ever. So the highest level I've ever reached is, I believe, around 1,300. Let's see. Yeah, highest zone ever, 1,320. So as I approach level 1,320, the odds of getting a relic increase, and the higher level you are when you get your relic, the better that relic is going to be. So I'm interested that I'm already halfway there. 739 is my level right now, and I still haven't gotten a relic. It means when I finally do get a relic, it's going to be an impressive one, which is cool. Because either I'll be junking that relic to get more forge cores, or I will be junking one of my other relics to upgrade whatever relic it is that I get from this ascension. You know, I have 10 to the 72nd power. Yes, I can definitely buy Terra. In fact, I can buy 25 levels of Terra. 50, 75. I'm going to bump her up to level 100 and then buy all of her power-ups. Just need 5 times as much gold as I currently have to do that, and it does not take very long to get 5 times as much gold as you currently have when you're moving this quickly. So this has been a pretty quick stream. I've been streaming for about half an hour now, and I'm already on level 769. Oh, there we go. Defeated a relic ooze. Let's see what I get. Rusted Sword of Wallops. Gives plus 25 seconds to the duration of super clicks and plus 11% to gilded damage. So let's go look at my relics. Here we go. So I've got a Rune Blade of Riches, which is giving me extra gold from treasure chests. I have Hand Wraps of Freedom, which is giving me extra gold from monsters when idle. Again, I like anything that boosts me while idle because I don't click on monsters, so I'm always idle. Clay Emblem of Freedom is giving me extra gold when idle, so both of those are giving me extra gold when idle, which is nice. And Scimitar of Death, which is giving me extra Hero Souls DPS. So all my Hero Souls up here, I've got 52,000 Hero Souls, I get an extra 360% DPS from them, which is not bad. I do 3 times as much damage as I would if I didn't have that Scimitar. Oh, it's beginning to slow down a little bit. Oh, did you see how long it took me to kill that Primal Mud Golem? I need to buy more heroes. Let me buy more heroes and then we'll go back to my relics. Terra, let's get you to level 100 and buy your available upgrades. That sped things up a bit. Can I get the Dread Knight to level 1000? Yes. I can bump Atlas up a couple of levels as well. Atlas is level 700. Grab this pie. Yay! Got a ruby. Alright. And then we'll go back to raising people up to level 2000. Actually, I'm going fairly quickly now, so let's go back to looking at my relics. So, this sword, uncommon level 36 item, it really doesn't help me much. I could raise its level a bunch to get more gilded damage from my gilded heroes. All of my heroes are gilded at this point because I've ascended so many times. Many of them gilded many, many times. But that gilded damage bonus is not as good as all the extra gold and the Hero Souls DPS that I'm getting from those. And the plus 25 seconds to the duration of super clicks means nothing to me because I'm not using any of these power-ups. I'm not using Clickstorm, super clicks, any of those things. I don't click on monsters. So I'm just going to salvage that. How much do I get? 270 Forge Cores. Brings me to 438. You'll recall I needed 520 to upgrade even the lowest level of my current things. So, oh well, that's fine. I'm not going to be upgrading anything on this stream. Sorry, guys. But probably the next time I ascend, I'll get enough Forge Cores to upgrade one of these 3 one of these 3 relics here. So let's, you can see it's slowing down again. Let's start raising some more heroes up in level. Oh no! I moved Atlas up to level 807. That's an odd number. I don't like that. I'll fix him in a little bit. Let's go back up here. We're at Bobby the Bounty Hunter. Up to level 2000. These guys are not contributing any significant amount to my total DPS, but then again, with the amount of gold that I have, they don't actually cost that much to raise up in level. Abaddon, Mazu. I may need to start raising folks up to level 3000 to keep things moving. Getting there. Oh, that was one of the bosses. Just past level 900. I'll be up to level 1000 in no time. So I'm up to Grant here, Grant the General. I'll bump him up to level 1 or 2000 if I can. Nope, I can't. So okay, Grant right now at level 1900 is doing 5 times 10 to the 74th power damage. That's a lot of damage. and that represents 8.52% of my total DPS. My total DPS right now being 4 times 10 to the 77th power. So as soon as I reach, I need about 10 times as much gold as I've got right now. So just kill a few guys, I'll get that gold. I know I mentioned this in my last stream, but this is one of my pet peeves about the mobile version of this game. The mobile version is great. It's a little stripped down from the full console version. I'm running the Steam version right here. There is, of course, a browser version. But there are two pet peeves I have about the mobile version right now. One is, as I mentioned earlier today, that there's no way to switch it to scientific notation that uses the names of the numbers, which when you get to ridiculously high numbers is not terribly helpful. The other is there's an elder you can purchase that gives you a chance of getting 10 times gold. If you've been watching over here on the right, occasionally there, that chest gave me 10 times gold. I get those silver coins instead of gold coins. I guess they're probably platinum. They're worth 10 times as much as the gold coins. In the mobile version, you can buy that elder and you can get the 10 times coins, but there is no indication when the coins are worth more. It doesn't really matter. It's largely just a cosmetic thing, but I like the little adrenal rush you get from seeing, oh man, I just got 10 times as much from that thing. I love that. And you can't see that in the mobile version. Boy, are things slowing down now. I need to buy some heroes. So, this is what I was talking about earlier with Grant. He's doing 8% of my total DPS. I'm guessing he's going to be doing 99% of my total DPS. My DPS going from 4 times 10 to the 77th to 2 times 10 to the 79th power. Yeah. So in a single click there, I increased the damage I was doing by 100 times and considerably sped up my progression through the game. For a game that is based on largely doing nothing, you click on things to kill them, you spend a lot of time, especially early in the game, idly waiting for your gold values to go up so that you can purchase the next hero, so that you can increase your levels, so that when you next ascend you'll have more hero souls to accelerate the speed at which you go. For a game that has very little actual gameplay, I am so easily mesmerized by this game. I just get totally sucked into it. It's one of the reasons that I'm still playing it more than a year after it came out. One of the reasons that even though I wouldn't say that I've totally beaten the game, but I'm at a stage where it's not particularly challenging right now. Every time I ascend, I let myself go maybe 10, 20 levels higher. I obviously haven't been progressing that quickly because I'm still only my maximum level 1,320. If I truly wanted to dedicate myself to the game, I could ascend every time it slows down, do exactly what I'm doing right now today, which is keep everything going as fast as is humanly possible. But that would be a lot of work. I'd have to really concentrate on it. Usually, each time I ascend, I spend about, I've spent probably 45 minutes today, getting up to about level 1,000. So every time I ascend, I spend that time getting myself through all those early stages, up through level 1,000, and then I have to sort of let it slow down. But I know my wife gets very frustrated that I'm playing this brainless, stupid game that has no Oops. Is my computer not plugged in? I'm running out of power. There we go. I'm back. So I'm playing this completely brainless game that takes very little effort at the stage that I'm at to progress. And yet I get tunnel vision. I get sucked into it just watching the numbers grow. And for her, that's very frustrating that something so mindless can take so much of my concentration. I don't know. I don't know. It hardly even qualifies as a game sometimes. It's so simple and yet so mesmerizing. I have to say, I really do love Clicker Heroes. And I want to thank Playsaurus for creating such an incredible time suck and for providing me with many, many hours of entertainment. I know I've donated using the pledge button, and I've bought some rubies even though I didn't need them to support you guys, but thank you, Playsaurus. And I bought it again on Steam, although I guess, I don't know, maybe it was a free game on Steam. I don't recall if I paid for it. But I really do enjoy this game, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me play it again on my YouTube stream. I'm going to call it now, having reached level 1019, and I look forward to seeing everybody again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll go back to Fallout. Again, my audio problems probably have not been completely resolved, so you may not be able to hear the game terribly well, but you'll hear me talk about it. We'll talk some more philosophy, nature of self, and we'll head out and explore the capital wastes. I'm sorry, the Commonwealth. We'll find time tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you then. Be excellent to each other. Bye.